Yeah.
Like you've walked right into a painting.
Oh, yeah. Everything just feels a little bit heightened, special.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get a hold onto that feeling because that's what we're diving into today. We're taking a gentle walk through a place called the Gion District in Kyoto, right as the sun's going down.
Lovely time of day.
It is. And we're going to see it through the eyes of three friends, Sol, Mommy, and Barbie. Just see what they noticed on their walk one evening.
And it's interesting, the sources we have for this, they aren't like detailed diaries, right? They're more like little peeks.
Little glimpses, yeah. Snapshots of their evening.
Exactly, like looking through a few different windows and just seeing tiny moments.
Right.
That's kind of what we're working with.
Totally. We have these small looks at what they saw, maybe what they felt. And our job today, really, is just to experience the beauty and the quiet of Gion like they did. We want to keep it, super clear, easy to picture, like explaining it to someone younger.
Right. Keep it simple and sensory. And thinking about that, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Maybe the most memorable times aren't always the big dramatic ones. Maybe they're the quieter moments when you just kind of notice things.
Okay, so let's picture it. Close your eyes maybe for a second. Imagine the sun setting. The sky's getting all those soft colors. And our friends, Sol, Mammy, and Barbie, they've just arrived on Gion Street in Kyoto. Yeah. That really lovely time, when the light is warm and kind of gentle.
And right away, we get this visual detail, these red lights along the street, lanterns, right? They're just starting to turn on.
Yeah.
That one little thing. It really helps you see the evening starting, doesn't it?
It really does. It sets the mood immediately. And then Mammy sees something interesting. She quietly points at someone.
Okay.
It's a woman. And she's wearing a traditional kimono, which is, well, it's like a beautiful long robe,
Yeah.
often with amazing patterns.
Right, very distinct. And what's interesting is Mammy's reaction. She points, but quietly asks, is she a geisha? Which shows she's noticing something specific, something cultural. A geisha, for anyone wondering, is a woman trained in traditional Japanese arts, like music and dance. So Mammy's curious, is this someone special?
That's a great point. It shows her mind working, wondering about the culture. And then Barbie, she reacts completely differently.
How so?
She's just amazed. Takes out her camera straight away.
Ah, the instinct to capture it, to save the memory.
Exactly. And Sol, what's Sol doing? She's just kind of watching her friends, taking it all in quietly.
So you have three friends, same moment, but three different responses. Curiosity, the urge to document, and quiet observation.
Yeah. It really shows how we all see the world a little differently, even when we're together.
That's true. Okay, so what happens next? They've seen the woman in the kimono.
Right. So after that, they walk off the main street. They turn into a little alleyway. And when we say alleyway, you should picture like a small, cozy path between buildings, not a big road.
Okay, so a change of scenery. And probably a change in feeling, too. Those little alleys can feel quite different.
Totally. The sources mention what's there. Small tea houses, traditional-looking shops. You can almost picture them, kind of tucked in close together.
More intimate, maybe?
Yeah, definitely. And it's not just what they see. We get a smell described, too.
Oh.
The fragrant scent of matcha in the air.
Oh, matcha, green tea. That's very Kyoto.
It is. It's that special powdered green tea. Smells kind of fresh and a little grassy.
Yeah.
Maybe slightly sweet.
Smells really pull you into a place, don't they? The scent of matcha. Yeah, that tells you you're somewhere traditional, maybe somewhere tea ceremonies happen.
Exactly. And in this quiet little alley, we see them doing pretty normal, everyday things, actually. Mommy buys a matcha ice cream.
Oh, nice. Sounds delicious.
Doesn't it? And it's so relatable. Getting ice cream is just a simple pleasure. It makes their whole experience feel really familiar,
Absolutely. A universal moment. What about the others?
Well, Barbie buys a little charm from a souvenir shop, a small keepsake.
Another very relatable tourist moment, taking a little piece of the place home.
Totally. And then Sol. Sol says something simple, but it really captures the mood. She just says, it's so quiet and peaceful here.
Ah, so that confirms the feeling of the alleyway. It was different from the main street. Calmer.
Yeah. That one little sentence tells you so much about the atmosphere. That stillness.
You can almost feel that quiet just hearing it described.
Right. And as their evening is winding down, something else happens. Something up in the sky. The moon starts to rise.
Oh, lovely. So the sun has set, and now the moon is appearing.
Yeah. Like nature adding another layer of beauty to the scene.
You've got the lanterns glowing below and the moon coming up above. That sounds quite magical, actually.
It really does. And as the moon rises, that seems to be their cue. They start to walk back slowly, going along the street, following the light from those red lanterns.
Following the lanterns home, almost. Sounds like a very gentle end to their walk.
Yeah. And the final thought we get from the sources is that night, Jian Street remained as a quiet memory.
A quiet memory. That really lands, doesn't it? It wasn't about noise or huge excitement. It was about calm, beauty, something peaceful they'd remember.
So when we boil it all down, what's the main takeaway from this little walk they took, it feels like? It's about the beauty in simple moments, maybe? And just quietly observing a special place like Jian.
I think so, too. It really shows that it's not always the big, flashy events that stick with you. Sometimes it's the small stuff.
Like what?
Like the glow of those lanterns. Seeing someone dressed traditionally, like in the kimono. The smell of the matcha tea.
That quiet feeling in the alley.
Exactly. Those sensory details, the quiet atmosphere. Those are the things that often create the lasting impression, the real feeling of a place.
Really makes you think, doesn't it? About your own travels or even just your own neighborhood.
Yeah.
What places have you been where maybe the quiet moments, the little things you noticed, where those ended up being the most special parts, the things you remember most clearly?
That's a good question to ponder, those quiet memories.
Yeah, something to think about. Well, thanks for taking this peaceful little stroll through Jian with us. Hey, you know that